See, make no mistake, it's tough times we live in. A quick glance at the news and one could be forgiven for thinking the end is near and time is running out. So many things to fear, so much to worry about. In this modern life where war is rife and greed is everywhere, everybody doing for self, nobody seems to care for the planet or their neighbours. Such self-centered behaviour, people acting more twisted than quavers. And we're a nation of unbelievers. We've lost all faith in all the leaders, because costs are up and the pound is down and cynicism is booming, all consuming. Of course, people feel like disaster is looming. See, it just didn't used to be this way. Back in the day, people used to respect one another, kids behaved their mothers and treat each other right, and used to walk the streets at night, and it's this way of life in which we've lost sight. And nowadays we seem so slow to talk and so swift to fight. And just what's wrong with the music of today? The way they always portray so much of man's inhumanity to man, I just can't understand why they're always fighting with the law and with one another. Graphic images depicted on that album cover and the lyrics are just as messed up too. No wonder kids today have all gone astray. This is who they look up to. If these are their role models, how are they ever going to save themselves? Back in the day, musicians knew how to behave themselves. See, this kind of shit never would have gone down back when the PCP smoking, shotgun toting James Brown was around. It goes way further back than Biggie and Pac, and in case you're thinking it's all black on black, Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash were both in the US military. It's the most tooled up gang in history. I guess the line between a hero and a thug is a thin one. Bob Marley didn't just write about war zones, he lived in one. Survived an attempted assassination, stood before the nation 2 days later. An outdoor gig called Smile Jamaica said he'd do one song, went upstairs on for a full 90 minutes, even as his arm still had the bullet in it. So this is no new phenomena, recently arisen. Lead Belly famously played his way out of prison, and how many classical pieces are in debt to war? Music and violence are as old as the hills. What makes you think they never met before? Was it such a different world back then with such different dangers? We had paedophiles too, but we just called them strangers. And back then it was Iran and Vietnam, and nowadays it's Iran and Iraqistan. And they used to use communism for the villain, and now they use Islam. And illegal, immoral, unwinnable wars will continue to rage. And some don't get a word and some get front page. And nowadays they say youth got no respect for age. But every time I've seen a senior slip and stumble in the street, they're always mobbed by passers-by to help them to their feet. And I see people on the tube giving up their seat to those who need it more. And I maintain the belief that whatever you're looking for, if your eyes are open, you can find it. And rose or shit-tinted glasses can leave you equally blinded, in need of being reminded that times today aren't what they used to be, they're not what they will be, they're not what they could or they should be, they are what they are. And perfect it's not, but we're so better learn to live with it because it's all we've got. So if you really believe that broken Britain has come off the rails, common decency has failed, and anarchy's prevailed, maybe it's time to put down your Daily Mail, open up your double-locked, double-bolted front door and go engage in your community. And soon you'll see that you can't do without it. And don't you dare complain that no one knows their neighbour if you do nothing about it. So that age-old argument of things ain't what they used to be just ain't no use to me. It confuses me how one can expect to grow wiser instead of just older if we're forever looking over our shoulder, complaining the road ahead is all uphill, or sometimes it might be. But while you're sat on your ass with your head in the past, progress is unlikely. And I like to reminisce as much as the next man, but nostalgia is a drug whose use is best kept in moderation, because it's such a sweet intoxication that cynicism is the come down. Sorry for the adults here, come down is drug talk for hangover. So cynicism is the come down, leave you feeling run down, wondering how you can go on when all the best times are gone. Well, maybe that's when it's in your interests to give that shit a rest, because the two most powerful tools in the world are in your head and in your chest, and it's good to have savings, but it's best to invest. Thank you very much.